Welcome to our second episode of
Smiling While Struggling.
We're your two besties, Sandra Malwood
And Faith Spinell.
and we're here to talk to you all things mental health. Today we're going to be talking about low self-esteem. But before we start that, I want to just get a feel for today. How are you feeling, Faith?
Not good after that. I'm good. It's the end of the day. We're both very tired. But we're pushing through. I'm good. I was up. So she got me coffee yesterday at around 10 p.m. She got us both coffee, and I was up until 7 a.m.
It was worth it. It was so
It
good, guys.
It tasted really good.
It was Yemeni coffee. It was pistachio latte. It was so good.
It was too good because it kept me up until 7 a.m. So
literally now I know the trick. So if we ever have a sleepover, how to get her to stay up,
she's
because
just gonna slip some coffee into
literally.
Yeah, but it's been good. How about you?
It's been good. Long day, worked out, went to work straight after. Also today I took myself out. I went to get myself a ramen.
That's
so
cute.
That was fun, and it didn't feel anxiety inducing, because when it would first I would take myself on dates, it would kind of feel stressful, or everybody's watching me, but nobody could care less. Even the table next to me, they were debating on what to get, and I was like, the spicy pork ramen is so good. They were like, yeah, that's good. And they ordered that. I influenced them. I peer pressured them. I don't know. But yeah, it was fun. I had my headphones in, Enough yapping about me. Let's talk about low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. So, what is low self-esteem? According to WebMD, by definition, it's when someone lacks confidence about who they are and what they can do. So, have you ever experienced that yourself, Faith? I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yes, I have. How about you?
I have, of course. It used to be a big part of my life. I'm still working through it, Life is a journey. It's a ride. We're getting through it. But let me tell you guys some signs of low self-esteem. Lack of self-trust. Comparing yourself. Little control, and you feel like you have little control in your life. You don't reinforce boundaries. You engage in people-pleasing activities. So, let's start with lack of self-trust. I personally struggled with that a lot. I wouldn't fully trust my own decisions. I would kind of think what's morally right, or what's right in terms of what my parents would approve, or what would society say, is this good or bad. But at the end of the day, you need to make decisions for yourself that you think on the inside floats your boat, makes you okay with yourself, not much more about the people around you. So I struggle with that sometimes. Comparing yourself. Have you ever struggled with comparing yourself?
Yeah, comparing myself to others, even now, that is still a big issue, I would say. Especially growing up as well. I'm just learning about myself, seeing how other people were, learning about other people. There was a lot of comparing, why am I not like that? Or why does it seem like everyone has this quality and I'm I'm not there with them, It's just a lot of comparing definitely has been a part of my life.
Yeah, definitely. I would say the same, especially with social media being around and me being on social media from a young age, which is something that wasn't the most positive experience that I've had in terms of body image. I would always compare myself to others, or other people's achievements. I would always think that my achievements are too little compared to their achievements. So that's also something I struggled with. The third thing I wrote was little control in life. I feel like I have no to little control in life. That could be a sign of low self-esteem. Have you ever felt that?
So for little to no control in life, having that feeling, that is something that I've also struggled with. And I guess it's kind of presented itself in terms of my OCD, that need, that want for control. I feel like that's definitely a self-esteem thing, because I just feel like I'm not enough. I feel like I could do more. I feel like there's so many things that are you know, that I have to try to fix. And so OCD is one way it's like kind of manifested, and also it's just a sign of like my self-esteem issues, just like how I feel about myself, what I want to change. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely relate to that in terms of like a part of my relationships, that it would also be a big part of that, because I would always think like, oh, I can be in control by doing this, that, making sure that person's always happy, but doing that all the time takes also away from my happiness and my peace, and I didn't realize that until a later time. So being into control in everything doesn't always necessarily end up in your favor, and that was also coming from a place of low self-esteem.
And
And
it's also not it's not possible to always be in control of everything. It's something where
mm-hmm,
if you feel like that is what is going to give you happiness in life, then you are never going to find happiness, unfortunately. So it's not a good, like, it's not attainable to be in control fully in life. You just have to learn to accept that there are things out of your control,
mm-hmm,
and that's okay. That's just how life is,
literally.
and no matter what, that's how it's going to be, so you have to make the best of it.
Yeah, and like relating back to that, I would always, because of anxiety too, I would always make up like scenarios in my mind and think of like, if this person says this, I'm gonna have this full on conversation with them about this thing. I have these scripts pre made in my head. I was like chat GBTing my own scripts in my own head. I was chat GPT. Sorry, I keep getting on tangents. But anyways, I would just like be prepared with all these scripts or all these things. If someone says something rude, I know what I'm gonna say exactly. I'm gonna roast their hair. Or I'm just gonna say, wow, like you suck and leave or something.
Got him. Yeah.
So yeah, I used to do that, where I'd always have these, but and then it'd just be so exhausting because I'm thinking of all these scenarios, and then it takes a lot of mental energy and a lot of emotional, it drains me emotionally, and there's no such thing happening in real life. It didn't happen. I was just like making them up. Another thing about low self-esteem, a lot of us folks with low self-esteem, we don't reinforce boundaries.
Yeah, I love how you look at me. So, yeah, for boundaries, also another thing on this list that I struggle with. It's definitely, and I know the next thing and the final thing on the list is like people pleasing. And I feel like these two go hand in hand.
Literally.
Um, yeah, exactly, just like that. So, reinforcing boundaries, that is something that people with low self-esteem
Mm-hmm.
struggle with due to like I feel like it's mostly people-pleasing tendencies, which is like you you kind of have low self-worth, or like I guess a different perception of yourself where you don't see your value,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look for approval.
From others and
Yeah.
their reactions to what you do, or like what they think of you. So that's also one important thing. We're not your carpet. We're not your carpet. We're not your doormat. I would be a cute pink doormat, but I'm not that. Guess what? I'm the door. I'm not the doormat. Are you the door?
I guess.
Or are you more like a window vibe because you're sitting next to the window?
I don't know what a door or window means in this situation, but
It
sure.
means you're the main character. You're not to be stepped on. You're
Mm-hmm.
not to be walked all over. So that's also something that I've struggled with. I looked at her because we would both kind of bond over it. Is that the right word, Faith?
Yeah.
Bond, or like kind of like laugh about it together, but also struggle because I would share my experiences. She would do the same because we're besties, low key. And the amount of things we would do to people please.
Yeah, we would like literally, I don't know how many conversations we've had of like
Mm-hmm.
I call Sandra and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, I just did this thing. Like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to. I hated doing it, but like I
Mm-hmm.
just felt so bad for the person. Like
Literally.
I felt like I had to. Whatever situation it is, we always feel like we have to do something
Literally.
um that may not necessarily reflect what we want, or it may not be what's in our best interest.
You know, I've told her interesting experiences where like I genuinely was there for a person or in a situation because I felt bad for them, not because I genuinely wanted to be there or wanted to do that thing. So, yeah, and she would scold me over it, but then the opposite thing would happen and she would be like, "But I feel bad." And I'd be like, "Girl, follow your own advice. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell?" So yeah, that's also one thing we both struggled with. Now that we know what low self-esteem is and kind of some signs that I picked up on and she picked up on our personal experiences, um what could I do to change that around Sandra? I don't want to be a people pleaser. I want to be me without the people pleasing part. So, first thing I wrote on the list is learn how to accept compliments. When was the last time you accepted a compliment from someone?
The last time I accepted a compliment,
Yeah,
um, I
actually.
don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
I don't know, honestly. I feel like, so one of the things I do, and I feel like you can relate to, is that someone will compliment you and you'll kind of just be like, oh no, but your hair is nice, your glasses are nice,
Literally.
da da da. You kind of just like turn it back on them and just like return the compliment to kind of get the attention off yourself, because
Exactly.
it's like maybe you don't really think that about yourself. Like maybe I don't think my hair is that nice, so
Mm-hmm.
someone compliments me and I'll be like, no, your hair is nice, and then the
Literally.
focus goes on them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I always do that. So genuinely, I don't know, like without kind of doing that where like I kind of turn it on to the other person. I don't know when last time was I've accepted a compliment. Like,
Could you remember the last time you've received a compliment?
well, so Sandra, like not that long ago, she was complimenting my hair. And I was like, no, literally, that's you. That's literally you. And
And sometimes I just want to throw this mic in her face when she says that. No violence. I am not.
yes.
Why did you take that so
Very.
seriously? No, like I want to
Because
like
I'm scared.
no. I would never do that. That sounds like something an abuser would say. I would never do that. Anyways, but if you know me in real life, why am I going
Then
over
you
this?
know she would do that. You know she would do that.
You know.
But anyways,
But no, sometimes I get frustrated with that because I'm like, girl, just accept the compliment. Just accept it. I get so frustrated sometimes with her not accepting the compliments, and I think maybe she does the same because sometimes I don't.
because she does the same thing. I'll be like, girl, like your makeup, it's so good today. It's so nice. And
Stop.
she's like, she'll be like, stop. Literally, no, you, da da da, your makeup
Literally.
needs you, whatever. And it is frustrating because
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm genuine, and it's not like when we return the compliments we aren't being genuine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you know, it like accept the compliment, just say thank you or
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it or agree, whatever it is, but you don't have to kind of like shut that down when some you don't have to shut down when someone gives you a compliment.
Yeah, you know what I learned is that when you compliment someone, it doesn't make you any less or it doesn't make them any less. If you say, "Oh, your hair's so beautiful today," it doesn't make my hair worse. Or if you say that to someone else, it doesn't make your hair worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Kindness goes a long way. Another thing I like to do is have moments of gratitude or even a gratitude journal where I write a few things about my day in as much detail as I can and be like, oh, that brownie that you made earlier, Faith, was so gooey, chocolatey. It made me feel so loved. And even as simple as like someone getting me a cup of water with their precious hands and their beautiful eyes looking into my eyes because they care about me
Sounds
so
very
much.
intimate.
You can interpret it however you want, but so that it's just like as much detail as you can, as much love as you can. Just pour it into your journal, people. Anyways, another thing I try to do is think of myself as my younger self. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Do you think it helps you personally?
I think it does help
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you wouldn't want to put a kid down, be mean to a kid, insult a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then so if you just imagine your younger self and you imagine yourself saying to your younger self, "Oh, that outfit looks awful on you. You don't look good. You look like a clown." Or like, just if you if you're insulting yourself or if you're kind of like criticizing yourself in that way, it does help to think of like the younger version of yourself and like saying that to that version of yourself. And it's like, that's kind of, I mean, that's like very harsh. Like,
Exactly.
I would not say that. I wouldn't, or even your best friend. I would not
Literally.
say, Sandra, you look like a clown. I would only say that as a joke, but like genuinely, I would not say that. So
Hey,
the
what's wrong with clowns?
nothing
There you go.
exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. But like if it's like if you're genuinely criticizing yourself, think like would I say this to a loved one? Even though we are harder on ourselves, it does help to kind of try to put it into perspective, especially with the younger version of yourself. That
100%.
it does help where you're like, that like I'm being harsh.
Literally. And also start loving yourself. It's never too late to start actually loving yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Don't, I know it's easier said than done, but hey, I made a mistake today at work. I'm not going to call myself stupid. I'm just going to say, "Oh, I made a mistake." Life goes on. We move on. We learn. Let's try to fix it later. If you don't feel like today is a good day for you to talk to others or like you need some time for yourself, what I like to do is say, for example, Faith, this is what I do with her a lot. I go, "Hey Faith, I
Leave
love
me
you."
alone.
No, I go, "I love you and I'm good. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm safe. I'm doing okay. I just need a day to recharge. I'm not going to be very active on social media or call you, but if you need anything, I'm here for you and you know where to call if you need help outside my control." And so that's kind of important. Communication is always key with loved ones or anyone in your life, just to let them know, "Hey, nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with me. I just need some me time."
Yeah, and it also comes back to like setting
Mm-hmm.
boundaries or reinforcing them if you feel like you're going through a lot on a
Mm-hmm.
certain day and you're like, maybe I need space.
Mm-hmm.
You communicate that with other people and it's the best for everyone involved. You
Absolutely.
don't want to be there for someone while you're going through it and then maybe something happens, maybe
Mm-hmm.
someone says something, and it's like you have to communicate, just like recognize when it's like, okay, I need that space for myself. I need that space for whatever reason it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Just like having that self awareness is very good and respecting your own boundaries as well.
Exactly. And that's a way of you loving yourself, showing yourself respect, and being gentle with yourself. Because it's okay to have a day where you're not okay. Another thing, speaking of gentle, you know, again, be gentle. Emphasis on gentle. Allow that was so aggressive.
That was not gentle.
That was the opposite. Another things is allow people to be nice to you. If someone wants to get you a coffee, let them. If someone wants to give you a face mask, let them. Don't be so, like, "No, I'm not gonna accept love." Don't be closed off of love. Don't be like that. Just be like, if Faith wants to give me a cookie, I'm gonna be like, "Hell yeah, man, thank you for the cookie." If she wants to go on a walk and she's like, "Girl, I'm gonna get you some water because I want you to be hydrated."
With my nice gentle hands, and I look into her eyes, I like there's nothing wrong with like letting people
Yeah,
show kindness to you.
exactly.
It's okay to accept when other people are being loving towards you.
Literally. Because you deserve love. And you are love. And the whole world is full of love. You just have to find it within yourself. Because it all starts within yourself. Sometimes I look for love. I'm like, where is love? And then I realize I am love. Because when I see a little kid, I'm like, so nice to them, and I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so wonderful, you're so smart. You know, when I see a dog, I wave at them, even though it's
Then they wave back.
they wouldn't wave back. But I generally get excited when I see a flower blossom. I'm like, whoa, it's so beautiful. I am love. You are love. We all have love inside of us. We keep looking for it elsewhere. Look here. It's here. You just have to find it. Also, take yourself out. Have you ever done that?
Um, well, not for the right reasons. I'll go on like splurges when I'm feeling a bit down, but there are definitely healthy ways of doing that, which I know you have told me your
Oh.
experiences with that. And
See? That's me not accepting it. I said stop and paused her when she was like,
pause.
and she, when she was like being, kind and like pointing out my good traits. So actually, I take that back and I put it aside and I take it again to my heart and say thank you for pointing that
You're welcome.
out. And so, yeah, so like it's okay also to shop in moderation. It could be retail therapy. Is it? That's another conversation to have.
That is
Yeah,
a whole other conversation.
literally. But yeah, just like go to a restaurant if you can, and order something, treat yourself, eat your whole meal on your own because it's your meal. Be kind to yourself. Watch the people make the food, smell the beautiful aromas of the food. Look at the ingredients being plated. All these fun things, the people coming in and out. It's so beautiful. You can read a book. You know what I saw today, Faith? Side note. This woman, she was her. And for a moment, I wanted to compare myself to her, but I didn't. I just admired her because she was on the treadmill in the gym and she was reading a book on the
Oh,
treadmill. And she wasn't holding on to the bars or anything. She's just like genuinely like jogging and reading a book. She had it in her hands and she was like jogging. And I was like, whoa, she's her. I wanted to be like, girl, go off. But I didn't want to like distract her. But anyways, because she
and
could
also
fall.
scare her.
Yeah.
She's just on the treadmill and all you hear is go off. But anyway.
But yeah, so instead of like comparing myself and being like, for a moment I wanted to so badly, but then I was like, hey, that's her journey and I'm so proud of her for that. She's doing great. And I'm here too. I showed up. I slayed. I
You
ate.
did.
I left no crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is just me glazing myself for 2 minutes straight. But anyways,
Self-love,
literally
everyone.
self-love, 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 self-love. um and just like allow yourself to grow freely and happily. Allow to yourself to make mistakes and learn from them, and know if something is bothering you. Just know the reasons and work on the reasons why, and know why all these things are happening. There's nothing wrong with knowing the whys. you know I often do this thing when I call Faith and I'm like, I just realized.
Yeah,
I have 20,000 realizations a day.
all the time. Always
Literally.
realizing something and sharing it with me.
Just kind of forced to listen.
I'm kind of, yeah, I'm just there on the phone. Like, she'll shove a mic in my face if I don't listen, so.
That's so true. A lot of the times, Faith, the problem with Faith is, it's a good problem. She's a really good listener. And so I tend to realize so many things and share all my realizations very openly. So thank you for allowing me to have that space, Faith.
Of course.
So after talking more in depth about low self-esteem, is there something else you want to add, Faith?
Low self-esteem is not something where I have low self-esteem now and I'm gonna, like, I can fix it and then it's just, I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's something that comes and goes, self-esteem issues, low self-esteem. It's something that you're going to have to deal with, like, as long as you're aware of yourself, So it's okay to have some off days or some periods of time where you're feeling more negatively about yourself. That's completely fine, but it's just important to keep working on finding what makes you feel better about yourself, the healthy things, and also just how you can, like, kind of sustain that mindset of like, it's okay if things aren't perfect. It's okay if I'm not in control of everything. Like, I'll be okay and I'm doing my best. And so self-esteem fluctuates, but that's
Mm-hmm.
completely normal, and that doesn't say anything about you. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong or you're
Or your progress is gone. It's not gone. It's still there.
it's still there. You
Mm-hmm.
just have to get back up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, everyone deals with these issues. There's nothing wrong with having like these negative thoughts. It's something normal. It's what makes us human, is like us looking at ourselves and criticizing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yeah.
know, we don't have to settle for that. We can work towards making change.
Let her cook. Exactly. And that's really also important to note that for me and her, we both, it took us a lot of work to get where we are now, to make these realizations, to accept ourselves a bit more, to be kinder to ourselves. It takes a long time, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. It's so, so worth it. And you're so, so worth it and so loved, at least by us. If anybody, we love you. You might not know us, but we actually have so, so much love for you. And so just know that everybody's on a different journey, and what might be easy for me might be hard for her, and vice versa. It's not like a one size fits all. You can do your own research and find what works for you best. But just remember that stepping out of your comfort zone helps a lot. Just a little tip from your fun bestie here.
Exactly.
We're clapping again. For what reason?
I don't know. It's fun. That's
They're
why.
lame. We're like the little kindergarteners. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Whether you're listening, watching, we love you so much. And you can find us everywhere on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever it is, smiling while struggling. We love you.
Thanks for
Bye. Thanks for
watching.
watching.